Frustration comes when you really don't fully believe in the power of God. There's people that say, I believe in God, I have faith in God, but they're so focused on what they think is their reality right now. You can be 3 months behind in your car note, lights about to get cut off, your significant other acting a fool, kids acting a fool, people on the job got you messed up. That is your reality if you don't have faith in God. See, although you are experiencing this, when you have faith in God, God has no sense of time. So if you are faced with something, you should know that God already provided the way out. All you have to do is X, Y, and Z. And a lot of people will say, well, what is X, Y, and Z? X, Y, and Z might be different for you than me. But the problem is you're so focused on what's in front of you and you're not focused on who's above you. I went through a season to where when everything was going right for me, it was God got his hands on me. He don't play about me. Then when stuff started to go the opposite, I had all of these questions. God, why me? God, why are you doing this to me? God, I'm praying. See, that was letting me know that I didn't have the type of faith that I thought that I had in God. Daniel went into that lion's den. You know what type of faith you have to be in a lion's den and still know that you are going to get out? See, that's the type of faith that I want. My faith is not reality based. It's possibility based because we are human beings having a human experience. So you are going to go through some mess and you would be a fool to believe that you're going to walk this earth unscathed. You are a fool to believe that you are going to walk this earth and not get any scars. That's where you mess up because you think if I say I believe in God and I help this person and this, that, and other somehow, some way, I'm going to go through life and nothing's going to happen. So then when you have your first thing, major thing that you think is major, all of a sudden, God ain't real. All of a sudden, it don't matter what I do, I'm never going to get ahead. You have just spoken that into the atmosphere. Now you have the devils of the world that can hear it. And guess what? Everything that you're complaining about is going to keep on coming to you. Because I say this all the time, words have power. You see, I was the type of person that God would place something in my heart or something, and I would announce it prematurely. God might give me an idea, and I'm so happy about that idea, I would tell it to the world prematurely. Then once I do that, now people got time to mess up my vision. If I say I'm going to do this, and then now the people like, man, why are you going to do that? Man, that's this, that, and other. And before you know it, you have allowed them to seep into your brain. And now you're like, you know what? They are right. I ain't going. Man, it ain't even for me, man. And you have now just messed up your possibility. See, God is in the possibility. When God does something major in my life, I'm not shocked because when you're doing what you're supposed to do, you should be expecting. And the problem is a lot of people are expecting something and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. I said this before. When you cheat, steal, lie, and you feel like you have gotten ahead, God ain't in that. So what you do is you go out there and you run a scam, you hit a lick, and then you come on social media and say, man, I thank God I was down to my last $10 and God blessed me with 500. But what you leave out is what you did to get that 500. God is not in that. And what happens is you start believing that. That ain't no God in there. Because see, sometimes God would allow things to happen to you, for you. I used to tell my grandmother this all the time. My grandmother would do, for everybody. And she was being taken advantage of. People would call, can I get $20? Can I get 30? And she would just do and do and do. And one day I was talking to her and I said, Ma, you got to stop. And she said, I know this, that, and other. And then I just broke it down to her like this. What if you are blocking what God has for that person? She said, what you mean? I said, what if God needs them to suffer so their hearing can open up to what he's trying to say? See, they're coming to you asking you for $20, $30. And that $20 and $30, 10 of it might go to gas. And the rest, they about to do what they need to do. What's that saying? Robbing Peter to pay Paul? And they know that you're going to do it. So they out here living recklessly because when they down to their last, they're coming to you. And you're doing it out of love. But God is trying to get them to see or hear him. Because now when they come to you and you say no, they know they can't go to nobody else. They didn't burn all the other bridges. So now God has got them in a position that the only thing that they can do is look up. So your love for them, you're not wanting to see them uncomfortable, is blocking what God has for them. Now they're going to go through a period of time to where oh my God, God ain't hearing me, God ain't real. Because guess what? God has got to get you to a place to where you know it's him. So that's what this video is about today. When you find yourself frustrated, I'm talking about get out the bed frustrated. Everything is happening to you. Take a moment and really challenge yourself and say, what does my faith look like? See, I'm 45 years old and I have been through some stuff in my life that I thought was the end. And somehow, I'm not even going to say somehow, and God showed up. God has gotten me out of situations. And what did I do? I did the same thing over and ended right back up in that situation. It wasn't until I truly understood the power of God. That's why you got to put a name on things. People will high power you to death. I believe in a higher power. I believe in this or another, but I just don't believe in God. That's fine for them. But when you know what you know, you can't allow that stuff to start seeping over to you. I can't stand when I'm talking to somebody and they say, man, I think the higher power. No, put a name on it. You want somebody to call you your name. You want your name to be announced. I said this yesterday and I mean this. If my kids ever tell the world that they struggle, we are fighting because I've done too much, sacrificed way too much for them to go out there and tell that lie. Now think about how much God has done for you. You are where you are because God wants you there. Now, a lot of situations is different. You could be waking up in a home and you can be waking up in a homeless shelter. Either way, we on the same playing field because we both woke up this morning. It's what you do with the time God has permitted you. You could be going to a Bentley. You could be going to a hatchback. Either way, God has provided that for you. It's what you do with it. I would rather be content and not be a millionaire than be a millionaire and not have God.